Dito ᓿ티ᕐᒥu쒄 uvenga atakasakralak Dodie Malegana, paglagap si uvagotivimun, Inuvialuit Pivalliajut, uvlabak datkakiun, hikuigavik, uvloa, bingachikinik, gehichutinga akimek malok, ukionga 2026. Uvlabak daudagniaktohi, David Kuptana, ulakaktumin, kolaktuagniaktok, daudagniaktohilo, Nunga hauta okautikapku Jordy Reed yelanaif min davni okauchinika tanwangi okauchinika katimakapta malo kanuhikak aglan mikrocheniklu inuvelokton daiwagnaktunga ili hautinaktungalu hinlu dainagitkalu makpiganik taharashonik inuit holi ragvingniklu Aglan pagmabak ulokaktu mognaktogut avni David Kuptana kulakto agnaktok. Hello kaget David kanukit bit.
Ja lammaktu haloqqagillu. Ja kulaqtu alniaqtu ulukaqtuumut ublume hilaqqigaalu
Ariga.
allaqtu allagaalu anoqqigallikkaluaqnanigimin aggul anoqqigiaruartoq. Alappaarneertoq hihaaqtumi uqaliqpaktaan. Hajja inuilulilukkitpaktu angunialukkittuk aullaalukkitpaktu tingmiarriortut nutqajuittut. Hajja hiku immakpalliajoq hina avatqutittoq ulitaqpalliaqallittoq hiku ilangeqtaqpalliaqallinerami hulittauq aulagutaunna ainneq hilisserpiartoq niggimi anoqqiqpakkami hikuivittukiimi inuit aullaarpaktuulissikiitukku taavunga massuiamungualerpaktu tingmiarriortut hajjanut qaallakpalliajut aullaartut inuit tingmitseqerpiaqaluaramik tingmiat amigeerpaktu tingmitseqiut aliaguttut naammaktumik aullaalukkitpakkami angunialukkit qoyanginnaq iqaluggiortullu iqalukpiarpaktut ippakkarlu unnuaq aullarrimakaqapta iqaluggioriartoqquta iqalukallittugut qanilrumi tayanmit taamanga inuit aulitteqallittuunartut upaggimayu tauni aulattigut hulittauq inuit natterriortullu nattiarpaktut hiku nakkuungmat nattiaqautingmatik nattiakallitpaktut uullu nattiartorpakkapta aqittuuni qoanarrivaktoq neriuminartulik ippimanittauq taununga kuugiamiggaanut havagiartorrimagapta natterrioriartorquta imanatti ilrioriartorrugit pigaptiit havakpakkapta alianartoq ilaani hilarlukallitpakkami imani hajja hilaqqerpalliaqallitpaktoq alappaarneertoq kiaroqterpalertoq nuna ippakkaraullauiaqqut mahakpiarami nakkuugiyoq panertoq anorritakpiarami anorpiarpakka nuna panihaktoq aputaa ilangartoq apullerpiaaktoq hinaahamna uliyuartoq kuukkat imaqqoqtuerpiartut nuna mahakterpiaami nuna aputaa mahakpiaq qorlualeramik tattinut imaukkakpiaramik taimaittumik imaqqortuuyun huliluttauq uattiagu unnuggaraiqqat hapkuassikuortut ilihaqtut graduaternahuartut faimungaqqat iagutinahuat Kate Kuptanalu orrina Kira arreataaq taakkua graduaternahuartut ublumi uattiagu faimungaqqat iagutiniartut taimittimik hunavalu ilangit ublumi umingnarernahuartut graduatertunut takpanguyaamini inuit hulilukkitnami alianarrivaktoq ulapqivaktullu taampuleerrutik ulapqivaktut qingalit taampuleerpakkamik inuit ulapqilukaarpaktut nakkuuyoq nerilukaaxutillu niqautigiakkiuvaktuhilataaani haamlatkut haamlatilataanerivakkami uleqqivimmilu uleqqiliqpakkamik unnukkaangami iya inuittauq taavunga kivanmut aullaarpaktut aullauiarqutik iqaluggiorqutik angunialukkittu tingmiarriorqutik aullauilukkitpakkamik anguvaktut innutaqqatkattaumasuiami qatigeraarpakkapkitaima santtinniluunnimalruniteikanittugnarriugut massuiami haatkaartorpakkamta neqigganikpiaramigapta ukioriaqquanarpiartoq inuit hequlukkitpiarpaktu heqorpiarpaktut ilaani tingmiatkilaorpiaraami kinguliriittaliakpakkamik amigarrulerpaktu iya nakkuuyoq iaptalu imani ippagaaninnuartau inuhaktut inuit manniktaqpiaramik hamanga uluavullillukkangullu ᓄᕕഅᓗइథ tingmiat mannikktarpiarami inuit manniktorpiarami quanarpiartuq manniktortitaorpiaraptalu inuhuktut angunialukkittut ima manniktartatik inunnut tuniorraggu ilangit ᒪᓕсұллуит pivakkami quanartuq uulluttaaquli aullauniaqniarrimayugaluigut kiimi ainnerin hiliggiqpiarmata anoreraalu ippaggaq hihaillamut taimiittumik hiliggiqpiarmata aannerit taim aullarnaruartugut hatsa tattinul hapkununga tattiliqerallinnialertugut inuit tattiliqiliqpiarmata iqaluggiortut piffiggarriortut angunialukkittut nakkuuyoq quanarpiartut huliluttauq hulilukkittut hulamikmi halummarriullu taapkuattau haamlatkut halummarripkailaktut tapkuat tittingitpaktut eqqakkut ᓄᕕअᓗइథ halummarripkailutillu halummartiripkailutik munarriiqartuttauq anguni anguiqigiggainnik ima munarriuggaini ilaani aggat ᓄᕕअᓗइథ tikiliqpangmata taimiittumik munarriittumik pigimailmata munarrivlutik pirallitpaktain havaktittirallitpaktun inui havalukkittuk havaaqaqarallitpakkamik inuhaanilangit havagallitpaktut ilangittau havaangittut ima angunialukkittut piliqpaktut uullu taimaiyorallitpaktut nutaqqatka aullautirlugit iliahutisimmaallitpakkaptin quanartoq inuittau ilangit aullaarutaittut ima taimi tingmiartatik inugnut payuktautillugut pivakkamigis quanartoq inugni ikailukaarrutik angunialukittutik aittortuillutik pivaktut hamani nunaptinni uluggartuumi iya haluorpiaqqunga naammakpakluit inuittamaarmi ikajorteqarpaklutik ilannarinnartumik pivaglutik hulilukkittut hatsa hikku aullarmikpat inuit natterriulukkitpiarnialermiu nattiaq ima akkiqarmat neqqavungmallu nattiarriurallitpiarnialertut hulilukkilutik kuviartorlutillu kuviartoruiggaq tikilermingmat aqaguaninnuartikinniartu unakkuugaq oqpilgukkuugaanik taivuktaat halvarpiahaktoq jaakspiimi ittoq taununga halvarteralliinnalertu hakuviggiqpiarami imaukkatakpiarami ikiqtuheqpiarami kuugaq taimaittumi aputaamahakpiarami nunamit kuuga ikiqtuheqpiartu hakuviggiqpiartut aahilluttauq amna hikku aullaanginnalimearmingmat inuitamayatik aiggqattarrutik aiggqaktut massuiami taavanga massuiaqatsa nutqaallalermingmat taimaartalermingmassuk tingmiarriuvik nutqalermingmat tingmiat hatsa ivayoqitalermingmata ippaggaani kingullernigoq uvlumilu tingmiani amigaittunitautukpaktut kingullerriortu taapkuat tikiteqtut tingmiat qingalgit amaulgit taama horlortullumitqit aangillu tuullillu tahamatikitekpaktut hadja aglaat ilangit ivaliha unnarriu tasqirriu tahamungaaktoq pikihuarnarrinarmiyoq mitanarlik innuk taamit tapkua aippa innulikartut uluagullillu kangullu imiaasiaktut tingurrauteet imiaasiaktut tailerpakteet innuleriaraamik okei haluoqqut qoalaqqui hunamitlumi oqarramni naloqqarallilermigama nunamut aullaaqimmaaqalinniartut takpagnakihimittigva ilanga aputeqqortuuqartaaluli tattit imaqqortorpiartu takpagnatigva tajjainna aputailimainami aputeraalu aulahimainami ilanga apullerpakkaluarruni ilangattauq kuukkahapkua ikaartorianginni ili ikertulualerpiarpakkami ikihivaggutillu alja apunmahakpat imaggivalianiarto qaanarpiaqquinaamakpaklui alja oqarallinnama qaanartoq qakuuttaurluunniin
Qanak Baklu, Krinak Baraklu, David, Kliakdakavit, Uglupatulukakdumin.
Ja, qaana. Det er slet ikke som det er ikke så long. Emma.
Dautuktohi, temanna Sweden mi katimarat itkanaiginikamik katimak baraktut Inuvialuit davni dagimakeni Sweden mi. Aglan pagmapak daiwagnaktunga makpiganik taharashanik. Inuvialuit Development Corporation good ᒪᓕᒐnadit kuvehoktut havakaragnakami Sean Petrie gilqahoknaktunga danirgnakhabku akullinga atinga President Nick ᒪᓕᒐ나kami Inuvialuit Development Corporation IDC kudni hin hagdiniqwaquk May 1st minganin okiobak Inuvialuit hin lawyer nik havaktuk okakdachinik Sean hin Dalimafanik okiunik Inuvialuit ᒪᓕᒐnaat corporate group mi daniktun hin ᒪᓕᒐnaaklu hivennik haginiqwaqlu Inuvialuit nunanlani ᒪᓕᒐnaani IRC kunni IDC kunnilu hinlu ikayuktinika kaulinik havagniqwaqlu ausaimi IRC kunni havagavengatni hin Kauli Kamiraganakwak President Nick Davini Havagavangatni Weldo Beals Manufacturing Havagavangatni IRC Gut Ingming Nick Havak Haganikamik Hin President Nakamilo Sean Hiven Nikariniagait IDC Gut ᓿᑎᕐᒥ우ٿ Daitna Hiven Mutikubluit IRC Anglachit Daimungamun Na Dachranikuk IDC Gut Kuyanagaviragait Kaulinik Havakami James Thorburn Hiven Nikikami Havakamilu Okiupak Anglachikami ᓴᕿЯκauᑎ지ᔪথ Madrung Hinlo Inuvialuit Development Corporation Gut IDC Gut Ilukan Inuvialuit Pivalliajut Ingmingnik Havangnik Inuvialuit IRC Gutni Hinlo Inuak Barnika Ingmingnik Havak Haginakut IRC Gut Bibira Kaktutlu Hugauteniklu Igluniklu Nunangniklu IDC Ikayugugait Aulagnihin Yaganiakamit Inuvialuit Angagavingat Ayafanik Daiguit Taniktun Hinlu Pilgofagugait Hibunmun Inuvialuit Humilaka Ettot Pilgofa Kablogit Inuit Nunangat Nilu Hinlu ᓿᑎᕐᒥ우ٿ Abehrut Lagiki Anglachingat Ilituit Dingat Catherine Pate IRC Gunni Kukulat Lagiki Ilituifa Hukgufi Kukwagavinga 867-678-5016 Aglat Lagikilu Kakiharagun Duygavinga media@inuvialuit.com Hinlo Inuvialuit IRC Gunni Innekadaginagait Bulagniaktut Edmonton Mun Tangongitot Uvlongatni Hinlo Inuvialuit IRC Gunni Inuvialuit Edmonton Mi Katibaniaktut Kitungatnilu Bulagniagait Uvlumi Daitna Kuvehuit Inuvialuit Bitkohingat Bulat Lakabluit, Tatidit Lakabluit, Nigit Lakabluitlu, Inuvialuit Nikiniklu, Atukduragniaktutlu, Angyong Niaktutlu, Kuvehutik Barganiagaitlu, Hinlu Katibaniaktut, Hanahuigvingmi, Uvlongatni, Unadatkakhiumi, Tangongichot Uvlongatni, June 21 Mukbang, 11 o'clock Minganan, 3 o'clock Managlan, Victoria Park Me. Hinlu Inuvialuit Anglachit Hivunniktingat Atangorangatlu Erwin Elias Davinin Uvanin Niaktut Edmonton Mi Ang Maganagait Kuvehutingat Katibaniakamik Kinigagniaktutlu Hin Angayong Niaktutlu Paula Dumin Angayong Niaktut Hinlu Nikinagniaktutlu, Tangongitonik, Inuvialuit Nikinik, Hin Lian Goose, Gastanajanlu, Davini Niaktutlu, Lian Atogniakami, Gastanajan, Jun Agagniakamilu, Nudakatlu, Huliragvingnik, Biragniaktutlu, Taitna Inuvialuit Edmonton Mugniaktut Ilituifat Lakablugat Inuvialuit Edmonton Mi Kaniratlu Inuvialuit Davini Mogamiklu Huliragvingint IRC Kunni Havangat Niklu Hinlu Uvagat TV Uvani Davini Mongniak Tugotlu 11 o'clock Minganan 12 o'clock Managlan Aulur Aliogniaktut Daudat Lagaki Inuvialuit Katibaniakamik 11 o'clock Minganan 12 o'clock Managlan Hinlu IRC Gut Havaktigata Hin Ukautigniagika Ukatlarat Ukahukdotlu Havaktigat IRC Kunni Ukautigniagik Botlu Angiyuratlu Atukdotlu Ukagugumik Hinlu Tamanna Bulagniakamit IRC Gut Ilagat Havaktingatlu Daitna Inuvialuit Katimatlakabaluit Ednintinmi Kaniratlu Hinlu Daitna Kwehuit Kabluit Inuvialuit Bitkohingat Kauhingat Ukauhivut Bitkohivut Nigit Lakabluit Adult Lukut Nigit Lakapluta Adult Chicken Hinlu Inuvialuit Ikayukabluit outside meat dot ilitrui fakabluit IRC kunni hulira gavingat kanutunlu ikilagait Inuvialuit hinlu hutukot hivunmut hivulioganegait havangat IRC min hin ilitrui fakuffi o kaudi lagiki ilitrui dingat angalatchingat habaktingat IRC mi Catherine Pate IRC kunni Aglat lageki media@inuvialuit.com. Aglan pangmapak daudagniaktugut Dodie Reed danngungitchwat kauhinik angalatchi atanguruk havagavengat ni gavamani NWTmi nunaptingni daudulakyung una kiniktuagliuvut Dodie Reed nunghauta kautikapku yalanay meet nama. Dr. Lakyung una Dodie Reed Yelanaifmin. Krinakbak Dodie kakitingin nagiga Dodie uvani habaktuk gavamani tangungi choda kauhanik angalachiruk Havakaktuk Dait Nahinik. Queen Akbar, thank you very much, Dodie, for speaking with me today. And before we start, Kuludit Labida Ginauva Dodie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, who your relations are?
Okay, quite nice, Dodie. C. Dodie Reed Soulier. So my name is Dodie Reed. Beryl Desche Nasthur. I am from Yellowknife, born and raised here in Yellowknife. But most of my family is from south of the Great Slave Lake. So my family originates from Rasha River, Tatsontine Ane. I would call myself Tatsontine. That's where my family originates. But most of them now live in Denenukwe, Fort Resolution or Hay River area. So my mom is Angela James and my dad is Scott McQueen, and my grandparents are Danny and Doris McQueen. So if anyone out there knows them, just putting that out there.
Oh, Queen Park Dodie, Kairagro Inunerok ang iyo kahit Rasha River mi uvani nunapting Anirok Inuneroklu ang iyo kangitlu atatangitlu ananingitlu dahit na habaktuk ang latironik gavamani o kakidigan niyagiga ang lati kami itnahinik mentorship apprenticeship program nik Inuit ilihautin kamik ilitin kamik lu Inuit tanungitwat o kauhinik so o karohi dalimat pingahong nik Maligodakhranik bikaktuhi kuliuti lavida huna tamatkwat maligodakhrangit. You talked about the 8 principles during the sessions. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, MAP is built on these principles that give it a foundation to the learning, and we've split it up into 8. So the main 2 that we really like to highlight are leave English behind. So that idea, that concept of immersion. And then another one is that language is culture. And so that you have to make sure that in your sessions, you're incorporating kind of a holistic view of how to learn language and incorporate language into your life. But some of the others are really to assist in making sure that you're staying in the language. So another one is that the program focuses on understanding and speaking the language. In this program, we don't focus on reading and writing. because it's really, a lot of it's built around how children learn, and children don't learn to read and write until they're, maybe 6 years old or so, 6, 7 years old. So, so we don't have those expectations on our adult learners as well. Also, it's built around using language in your everyday life. So one of the principles is to speak in full sentences. If you think about how language is maybe taught in previous times, it was numbers and colors and animals, and those are all important things to learn. But if you only teach that, the person won't be able to have a conversation. So you need that full sentences. And then another key one is that it's really the apprentice is an active learner. So the apprentice is the one driving the learning, because as adults, we know how we like to learn and we know what we want to learn. And so that's a really beautiful part of the program, to give it that flexibility.
And what do you enjoy the most about being involved in language revitalization?
The people, the stories, the relationships, because the mentor-apprentice program, a huge part of it, I said, is that mentor-apprentice relationship. But we also really try to foster an overall community in the Northwest Territories of people that just want languages in the North to be strong. And so that brings us all together for a common purpose. And that's really powerful. And so to be involved in that kind of community, it just, I think it uplifts everyone.
Itnehinik habaktinik kami katima kamik Inuit nakuhagabiralu Inuit kuleaktuangat ilawini kami huanghefa kablugit tanungitoitukaw hinik dait na pigok daili kablugit kvena viraktuklu Inuit katima kamik ilan na kamiklu katima kamik nakuviragnik hoklu huna habaklaginik pa itnehinik tagmak daili nirakap ko Inuvialuit but what are some of the challenges of revitalizing the language?
I think it can feel like a lot of urgency and a lot of responsibility. Urgency because we rely on our elders for the language, and elders are passing, and so you feel that desire to do it really quick so that we can collect all the knowledge that is still alive in our communities. And responsibility because it's huge. Language is culture, and we need our languages to be strong so that we as people can be strong. And that's a lot of responsibility. And personally, I think that's what I find as the two main challenges that I have, but I hear it as well in participants. And I think that's why I bring up the best part of this is the community, is because when you're around other people that are taking on that goal as well, we're all sharing the weight of it, so it's not as heavy.
Ihumalo na viraktuka Inuak parat okatla larat udokanatlo daimakamik tuko kamik okaw hingitlo daimago kamiklo daimakamik Inuit ihumalo na viraktuk kape na viraktuka tanungi chojo kaw hingik mikhli viragnik man inung niko katlaginik kwat dait na atauchi mo kamik naguvir niko kavena viraktuk ihumalo na chotun ituk katima kamik Inuit tanungi choni kaw hinik hong hefa hok namigitlo atauchi mo kamik naguvir hokuk. And so this has become an annual event over the years. And what advice would you have for those who would like to be an apprentice or a mentor?
Oh, That's a really great question. I think if you're thinking about joining the program, just reflect on, is it the right time in your life to take on this responsibility? So it takes a lot of time. 200 hours over 9 months might not seem like a lot, but it averages out to about 5 to 7 hours a week, which as adults, we're so busy that is a lot of extra time. And you also need to be in the right place to be able to take language learning can be emotionally exhausting as well. It brings up a lot of feelings in people sometimes. So you just need to make sure that you're ready for that as well, for both the learner and the mentor. But I think if anyone's thinking about it, I would say apply, because it really is a life-changing experience.
And sometimes you hear from people saying that, oh, I didn't know about this mentorship apprenticeship program. How do people find out more about the mentorship apprenticeship program, and if they were interested in becoming involved?
Yeah, so the Government of Northwest Territories has social media platforms, and that's where a lot of our programming is shared. We also have a website, the Indigenous Languages and Education Secretariat, but we partner with Indigenous governments as well. So the Inuvialuit Regional Corporation is one of our partners, and so when we're advertising, they're advertising as well. So that if participants from the northern region wanted to get more information, I would say get in touch with your Indigenous government too. And just intake is every year, the same time, January of every year. So when you're in your Christmas celebrations with your family and if you're a learner and you're trying to find a mentor, that's the time to track one down, and then you can apply together in the new year, every year.
Right. Do you have any closing comments?
I would just say ᒪᓕคึ for interviewing myself and other participants in the program, because I think that is a huge part to bringing more people along on their language journey, is hearing from other people and spreading the word. So yeah, ᒪᓕคึ for that.
Pinak Baraklu. Dodie Malegana, Dodie Reed, ᓄᕕഅᓗᐃథ, ᓄᕕഅᓗဣþ, Gavamani, ᓄᕕᑎᕐᒥ우થ, ᓴᕿЯκauᑎ지ᔪథ, ᓄᕕഅᓗဣþ nama, hin ᓄᕕஅᓗï ᓴᕐ ᓄᕕअᓗဣþ, 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 hin ᓕᓐᕗ kanutun ᓕᓐᕗ Inuvialuit ᓄᕕஅᓗïþ ᓄᕕஅᓗïþ hin kanutun ᓕᓐᕗ ᓄᕕअᓗဣþ ᓄᕕअᓗïþ uve hin daigua fagniaktunga matbiganik taharashanik hin ᓿᕐᕗITKgut ᓄᕕഅᓗïþ ᓿᕐᕗ ᓿᕐᕗ parakamiit kanukid magan Inuviat Inuhingat atlatlu Inuit ᓿᕐᕗ Inuhingatlu hinlu ᓿᕐᕗ parakagnikut bilgufangit tutwuk Inuviat ᓿᕐᕗ Inuit nungatni atlanin inungnik atlat Inuit Canadami ᓿᕐᕗ hinlu bakirot $32,000 nikkehenikuk Inuak Bard Inuviat ᒪᓕᒐnagut aglan atlat Inuit ᓿᕐᕗ $100,000 dun ᒪᓕญัnagut wuk hinlu Inuit nunangatni 52% nik avafaqianik havagurt Inuviat Inuit nunangatni aglan ᓄᕕഅᓗᐃథ atlat Inuit Canadami havakdot 74% dunruk hinlu Inuit nunangatni ᓄᕕഅᓗ 47% dun ᓄᕕઅᓗ adaw hinik iglunik ᓄᕕഅᓗ aglan 9% kihenik ᓄᕕઅᓗ ngitchot adaw hinik iglunik atlat Inuit ᓄᕕஅᓗ hinlu 58% guk Inuit Inuviat nachingitgait high school ngat aglan atlat Inuit Canadami 13% kihenik nachingitgangat nachilhagurt high school ngat ᓄᕕઅᓗ hinlu 21% kihenik Inuit nachikgangat ilihagafagurat ilihakpangmi aglan 61% nik ᓄᕕઅᓗ kutta Inuit ᓄᕕअᓗ atlat Inuit nachigu kamigit ilihakpangat hinluguk Inuit nunangatni ᓄᕕઅᓗ nutakkat 68% dun nikikiligurat aglan ᓄᕕअᓗ atlat Inuit ᓄᕕअᓗ Canadami 17% Kenyanik nikikiligurat hin Inuit Inuviat 72 dun aglan ᓄᕕઅᓗ Inuviat Inuit nunangatni ᓄᕕअᓗ aglan atlat Inuit ᓄᕕअᓗ 85 okyunik ᓄᕕअᓗ Inuit Inuviat Inuit nunangatni ᓄᕕઅᓗ ngitchut ingmingnik iglukakdot 19% dun aglan 67% dun atlat Inuit ᓄᕕअᓗ iglukakdot guk ukot hin night ᓄᕕഅᓗvingat festival nik ihagudiniaktut ikaluit nunuvatmi June 28 minganen 21 monaglan hinlu ᓄᕕअᓗ Inuit nunangatni tanngungitchot atokduraktit ᓄᕕअᓗktitlu davani mongniaktut Inuit nunangatni kalatlit nunanen Sapmi ayortalu New Zealand minlu ᓄᕕઅᓗlu tanngungitchot Inuit katimaniaktut ikaluit mi atogniaktut angiyongniaktutlu ilitchogniaktutlu ilhimaringat workshops nikta biniaktutlu taniktun ᓄᕕઅᓗvingniklu biniaktutlu davani hinlu daututlaganiaktuhilu bisit atoktit agiani Inuit nunangatni biuragniaktutlu Inupianik biuraganinik ᓄᕕઅᓗtitlu kautigniagait daitna bilgufat lakabluit davani Inuit bulat laganigaitlu ᓄᕕઅᓗtit davani mongniak kamik ikaluit mun atokduraktitlu hinlu atautsimongniaktut nikinagniaktutlu kvehutikubluit Inuit Inuviat nikingat ilhimaringat bitkohingatlu hinlu ilhimaviragait katimakparagniaktut Inuit nunangatni atogniaktut angiyongniaktut night tamanna atinga davani butlakablugit tanngungitchot ᓄᕕઅᓗtit katimat lakablugit pulat lakablugit havakitit lakablugit inibeakatigit taitna ilitsuifa kablugit ilihautit lakablugit havangat nik ᓄᕕઅᓗtingatlu davani muktonunlu hinlu tautogniaktuhi ukiukak katimanikamik davani kaluit mi atokduraktit angiyuktit atokduatlu ikaluit mi tautogniaki 2 minutes kayak mukbaun utigniaktugit tautulakiung night ukiukak
Uanino finkaramyataqarpunga Alianat Arts Festivalimi unnungusumi tribute band peqatigaluuni pitersussuunga massakkult isiginnaarpat uagut TV
Tualia negi nang mingnu Pilarari yumanang mingnu tuinatya tabba Northern Heights Taiman nasakta si
pusi tupet jong mo arianate me.
Dautuktohi ukiukak Elaenite Festival ngat ilangit bikamik gatimakamik davani Inuvialuit nunubutmi. Uvahin Inuvialuit Pivalliajut. And your word of the week is nanuk, polar bear, nanuk, nanuk. For example, if you want to say 2 polar bears, nanuk, nanuk, nanuk. 3 or more polar bears, nannut, nannut, nannut. Nanuktuk, he got a polar bear, nanuktuk. And Okiopak, NHL Nick, Stanley Cup Nick, Akimak Barganikwat, Carolina Hurricanes, Akimanikot, Ichachranika, Akihauti Las Vegas Golden Knights. Uvahin Nachikayaginikapta, Kuyinak Barak, David Kuptana, Kolakta Akavit, Ovlapak, Kuyinak Baraklu, Dodie Reed, Kautikapku, Kautiginik mga yellow meat nama. Nakuvirnik uvlilautagichi, uvanga atagashakralak Dodie Malegana, Biakoganaichuatun, Nakuvirnik uvlilauti mountain. Kuyinak Barak, Nakuvirnik uvlilautagichi. July Mukban. We're taking to July Mukban. July 8 Mukban, Piᕓᔪअกุත් Pivalliajut Inuvialuit Pivalliajut. Nakuvirnik uvlilaudi mauhi hanuhi kiulu.